What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about HBAR today at the request of Boris Giorgio. We're doing this for you, or Giorgio. I think it's Giorgio, but hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. We're at 28.5 cents on HBAR right now. We've had quite the move down, all the way down to about 23 cents. I forget what my original call was. I think it was that we moved down. Was it at least 24 cents, or maybe it was at least to 21 cents? But the call was, I think, down to 16 cents. Um, we have moved down. We have moved down a little bit, but we haven't really picked up too much in volume. I want to look at the 4 hour here. Maybe are we on USDT? Let's look at the USDT pair. Like, volume isn't really picking up at all. And that volume we picked up a little bit, but in the form of a wick. We moved lower on a closing basis, double bottomed, and we didn't get any volume. I can't help but feel like we could be finding a low here, but we had such an immaculate move up. We're finding resistance in an area that we found resistance before, right? It would make sense that we kind of consolidate a little bit more. If crypto's bullish, though, man, it can really be a moon mission, right? There's a reason why the crypto space is stereotypical for saying to the moon, right? But here we are, 886, 786 area rejection. It's very common to go down to the 618 area, at least to the 618 area. Maybe that's what I was saying is like 20 cents would be the minimum target, right? And I could really see that happening. So there's a lot of coins that I've been calling have found their lows recently, and there's a couple of coins like this, like HBAR, like even XLM kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit, even though I'm kind of bullish on XLM. ADA just did one like that, right? There's XRP even, probably. I don't know, maybe. There's a couple of them that have me concerned that if they look like they want to move down still, maybe the rest of the market might move down still. And it's not necessarily that they look like they want to move down, but it just doesn't make sense from this high that you would consolidate this low based on the fibs. You could. It's possible. It's rare, but we're in bullish conditions. I don't know, man. You have some pretty intense bearish divergence going on here on the daily, right? Lower highs here, okay? Undeniable. And that bearish divergence formed, it started all the way back here. I mean, that would likely, like, you would go likely below 15 cents, man, all the way down to like 12 cents with that, you know? It's hard to be, and if you were to go all the way down there, that wouldn't be a bad thing either, right? Structurally speaking, all you're doing is pulling back, finding support at previous areas of resistance. I don't know, man. I think HBAR, I think a lot of coins over this last month, they had, and not a lot of coins, there was a handful of coins, a select bit of coins that had a really bullish move up. I don't know about all of them, but I think some of them, a good bit of them, they might underperform this month. They overperformed last month. They're spent. They might underperform this month in December, and some of them might even just not even get like a Christmas rally. They might sell off. I don't know. It depends. This you could sell off pretty fast. I'm not saying you won't get a Christmas rally with this thing. It just depends on how quickly it takes you to get down here. Because one thing that I firmly do believe is that you're not going to get too far above this high until you see a more serious correction. You don't have to go all the way down here. You don't have to go all the way below 15 cents. You do not have to pull back to where this divergence formed, which is literally at like 14.4 cents. You don't have to do those things, but it's very normal to do those things. And if you were to not do those things, at the very, very least, what you should do is like pull back and hold support at your 618, which is still a little bit lower than you're at now. You're at 28.5 cents, talking about a price move down below 20 cents from here, right? And that would make sense for a couple reasons too, because one, it's your golden ratio going from your 886 down to your 61869 zone. It's very, very specifically to your 618. Actually, it's very, very common. And then on top of that, you found support here time and time again. I can't help but think, and you got so overbought on your weekly, bro. 90, literally, unless 94, unless you're not done moving up, unless you have like one more glorious week of a pump in you, or two more weeks, something like that. You've got a short-lived pump, but if the higher you go, man, the more drawn back this pullback's going to be, the longer it's going to last. You'd rather get it done right now. The 4 hour looks kind of sad overall, to be fair. There are good things going on with it, but to be fair, it is in a bearish positioning, posturing right now. If it sounds to you like I can't make up my mind on what to say with this thing, and it sounds kind of in a negative tone, I would agree that's about right. I don't know how to think about this thing. And then here, that's a bullish kind of fib setup that you got going on, but you can't get above the 886. It's very conflicting, man. It's very, very conflicting. I'd like to keep an eye on this one. Let's talk about HBAR some more. Maybe let this week close out. Okay, 4 days, 20 hours left. I don't want to condemn it. I don't want to condemn it all the way down to 14 cents, right? It's possible. It's very possible, and even the TA would very much suggest that you go down there. But you don't have to go down there. It's not a requirement. It's just like a statistical likelihood based off of a couple of metrics. And if we look at the relative low to high, I mean, 16. I don't know, man. It would make sense to me to go below 15 cents probably. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. It's completely possible you could have found support here at like 23 and a half cents. It's very possible that could have been it. If you want to validate that, you want to validate that this is a low and that you're ready to move higher, get above 33.6 cents. You got 28.3 cents now. Close any given day above 33.6 cents, and I'll believe this is the low and I'm wrong, and then we could talk about it then. Until then, I probably won't talk about HBAR until maybe Sunday. I'll probably wait, right? It's Wednesday now on the charts. It's Tuesday where I'm at in Colorado. I'll probably wait until Sunday to talk about HBAR, or maybe even that like Sunday close to talk about HBAR, just to get a better idea, because I think we'll have a better understanding as these coming days unfold. If we do see prices go below here, if we go below 23 cents, you guys, then I'm validated, right? We're at least going to go below 17 cents, but it's so common to go just below that 382 whenever you have your first interaction, and that would be like right below 15 cents, right where that divergence started. It's right there. It would just make so much sense to go right there. So if we go below 23.1 cents, game on to the downside. If we go above 33.6 cents, game on to the upside. And that's the best that I can say right now, right? The TA and my gut tells me that it's going to go down, but there's a little voice in my head that says that's not going to happen. It's going to keep going up, or it's going to consolidate. It's going to be different. There's a little voice in my head but that's not enough. I'm not going to tell you guys my decision or my opinion based off of like a random whim. I'm going to give you the direct facts and the charts that I'm looking at here, and we're going to go off of that, right? That's the best that we can do. And if they're wrong, and sometimes they are wrong, that's why we mitigate risk, and that's why we don't sell here, right? We hear that there's the potential for the price to go down here. We're not selling because there's equally the potential for the price to just continue, and maybe not equally, but over time there's the potential for this thing to continue onwards and upwards. And I do believe you'll see HBAR actually see prices. I was supposed to do all-time high predictions on this. I do believe that we'll see HBAR see all-time high prices at, let's see, high to low. Anywhere from like $1.22 to $3.21 sounds good to me. Let's see. I bet we can see higher prices. Let's type in HBAR here. I'm gonna have to refresh it, aren't I? Damn it, CoinGecko. HBAR. 10. So let's just call it $11 billion here. Okay, $11 billion. Okay. And how long have you been around? Been around for one cycle already. Okay, just one. I thought maybe two, but I think one's right. Yeah. So, $11 billion now from the current price. That was not the current price. Current price. The 1272 would put you at about $30 billion, $33 billion, right? The 1618 would put you all the way up at like $115 billion around there. Well, I guess a little bit under that. Probably actually, what would it be? No. It would be, because a 9x on 11 would be 110, but then you have an 11x there, so it'd be like a little bit over 120 billion. That would be pushing it. So I think HBAR could see this 315. The highest I would think by the end of the cycle for HBAR would be $6.62, because then you have a multi-$100 billion market cap, and that's really pushing it. But this is your second cycle. HBAR is pretty bullish. It seems to have a lot of hype around it too, so it's possible. You could see these kind of crazy numbers build with that kind of hype around it and hopium around it. But I would think more conservatively, or maybe more realistically, I should say, probably between $3.15 and $1.80. I really like this 315 area. Something between probably $3.15 and $4 is where you go for HBAR by the end of the cycle. That's my thoughts, right? And when will that happen? Because the person that asked this, Boris Giorgio, you're asking when. My thoughts on when is probably going to be late 2025. I would assume, probably, and I was talking to one of my buddies about this, but probably a month after Bitcoin tops off. So if Bitcoin tops off in October, which is what I'm thinking, maybe November or December of 2025, it'll be like a whole year from now that we see these prices. So in that time, we can definitely consolidate more and then move up and then consolidate more. And then, like we don't need to be on a nonstop bullet train all the way up there. We've got plenty of time left. So I hope that was it. I know that I feel like I went a little bit sporadic on this video, but hopefully it was easy to follow. Hopefully it made sense. If you guys liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Time will tell. I laid out the parameters of what we need to see if we want to see the price go up or if we want it to go down. 4 hour looks a little bit bearish, but as of right now, it does look like it might want to go up a little bit. The price might want to go up a little bit, but just a little bit. And then probably over the coming days, over the next week and a half, we head lower. My genuine expectation, if I had to make a price call just to end this video and just what I would expect, something below 15 cents. That's my call at the moment. I know it sounds crazy. I feel kind of crazy saying it, but that's my thoughts, especially when we were just talking about $3 price targets, right? Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.